Hey guys, it's Ep20 here, and welcome back to episode 20 of my Dortmund career mode. Now in today's episode, we're going to be playing 2 games against Juventus in the Champions Cup semi-finals, with a game against Hoffenheim, I believe, in between that. We should hopefully get through all 3 of those matches, although we might maybe get onto a 4th, and we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we're going to hopefully try and recover our season a little bit. If you didn't see the previous episode, then go ahead and click the link in the description below to go and watch it before you watch this one, because it got a little bit tricky for us at times, and hopefully we can just kind of sort our season out a little bit now in this episode. So we are in the Champions Cup semi-final, so we are still in a good position to hopefully try and win it. Very, very tough match against Juventus. We're going to hopefully try and sort our very sort of inconsistent form out with this sort of formation, this team that we're going to play with. So we'll go with Horn, Piszczek, Barnes, Rasul, Durm, Rode, Castro, Thiago with Dembele and Royce out wide. Iheanacho starts up front. Still got quite patchy sort of energy for my players. Still got a lot of injuries as well, so it's not a full-strength team. A lot of players there missing out that maybe you'd expect to play. But before we get on to the away leg of this game against Juventus, if we could go ahead and hit 50 likes on this episode, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That will be absolutely fantastic. I really do appreciate all the support I get on these videos. So let's crack on with the game, hopefully try and beat Juventus. Like I said before, we need to try and get out of this really sort of inconsistent form at the moment. Need to make sure we get ourselves an away goal if we can, because obviously that's going to help us going into the second leg as well. Okay, so here we go. Juventus have set up with 3 at the back, which is what I actually expected. Originally, I was going to try and play 3 at the back myself, but we just simply didn't have the right players to play that formation. The players weren't available, so we've had to go for the 4 at the back this time round. Makes us a little bit more balanced. We've got like 5 in midfield now as well, so that should hopefully counter-attack their 5 in midfield nicely. It's just whether Iheanacho can play up front by himself against those 3 centre-backs. Great chance for Higuain running through. Schul can't catch him. Higuain, really poor strike on his left foot there. Should do much better. And it still remains 0-0. Not had loads of chances here. We are struggling a little bit to get up the pitch, understandably against such a tall defence. We can't really play our sort of passing style either, because their 5 in midfield is kind of just outweighing our 5 in midfield at the moment. So yeah, we're struggling a little bit to play in this formation, but we're going to continue with it for now, and I hope we can hit them on the break. It's a good save from Horn out for a corner. Thiago looking over the top to Iheanacho. Fantastic chance, Iheanacho. Fantastic save to match it. I'm assuming that's Buffon in goal for Juventus. What a save that was. Brilliant chance. Our best one definitely so far in this game. We've not had that many, but certainly that one is the best. Great chance on the break here. Dembele looking to really try and stretch Juventus as much as possible. He's going to have to come back onto his left, though. It's not a brilliant bit of control, and sadly he doesn't manage to get the shot away either. Good interception or good block in the end, and it allows Juventus to get back on the ball. They've had loads of possession in this match, very, very close to 70% possession, which we kind of expected. We were never going to dominate this game in terms of possession, I don't think, because we haven't quite managed to find a way of doing that yet on this career mode. And as I say that, we've just gone and scored 1-0 on the stroke of half-time. Fantastic strike from Thiago, and it was a long-range shot that's been the difference so far. It gives us an away goal. We've not had too many chances, but we've certainly, when we've got the chances, they've actually been really good ones when we've managed to get those chances. This time we've scored 1, and it is 1-0 just before half-time. Shouldn't really give them enough chance to respond either. Yes, that is it. We're still winning the game 1-0. We're going to keep the team the same. It wasn't working amazingly well, hence the possession stats and the amount of shots that they've had, but we've managed to hit them on the break occasionally, and it has kind of gone our way when we've really had the better chances as well. So yeah, things are going a little bit better than I first thought, but still we're not really controlling the match as well as I'd hoped, but it's going to be difficult always against a team like Juventus. On the break, Castro playing it through to Thiago. Great chance for him. He's going to cut it back. Oh, it's an awful pass. How can you be so bad? Oh my days. I say that he has scored an absolute screamer in this game already, but that is such a poor pass. Really disappointing. Got to do much better in that position. And yeah, we are kind of just going to see the rest of this game out now, I think. Really, obviously, you don't want to concede. We don't want to get too complacent. We do need to slow the game down at times. Okay, we'll score like that, though. We've managed to turn our man, and Dembele's made it 2-0. What a strike. That was on his weaker foot as well. 2-0, 30 minutes to go, and we are going to win this first leg, I think, along with 2 away goals. Fantastic stuff for us. Okay, so we're going to make our first change. Now, it's a little bit of a strange change, but we're going to go with it anyway. Iheanacho's going to come off. We'll bring on Goetze, put him into sort of a midfield role, type centre attacking mid type of role, and we'll move Thiago out onto the left-hand side. Royce is kind of going to play sort of almost like a false 9 type formation, but we're kind of just going to pack the midfield a little bit now, with there being 30 minutes to go. So we've kind of gone for well, this is calling it a 4-1-3-2-0 formation, of course. But yeah, we're going to give that a go. Hopefully it works out. We kind of just want to hit them on the break now, so we've gone to counter-attacking as well, and we'll see how this formation goes. Dembele looking for Goetze through the middle. Now going to play it onto Royce. Fantastic chance for us here. Royce cuts it back. Still gets it, though, into the middle. Goetze! It's 3-0. The substitute scored. He's only been on the pitch a couple of minutes. He somehow outleaps the defence, and it is 3-0. I've got no idea how I've managed this. But yeah, we have just played so well in the second half. Fantastic stuff. I don't know how it's happened. Really lost for words, to be honest, that we've managed to make it 3-0. 3 away goals. And we've really completely dominated Juventus. But we've been so clinical. That's the most important thing. We've not had many chances, but the ones we have had, we've taken them. Fantastic header from Goetze at 3-0. Okay, next change. Thiago will come off. We'll bring on Andre Schürrle, who's obviously more of a left mid than Thiago is. So we'll do that. I think we might also take Royce off now as well. But I'm a little bit stuck as to what to do. I might just bring on Ginter. And we'll change this around a little bit. I think maybe move Ginter as a right mid or something. Maybe as another CDM, actually. I'll just quickly move this around. I'll be back once I've done that. Okay, there we go. So Dembele will go more centrally now. Ginter will go as a right mid. And Piszczek will obviously play right back. So all 3 changes will have been made by now. 20 minutes to go. We're looking really good, actually. Obviously, it's a very bizarre formation here. But when you're 3-0 up, you don't really need to attack that much. Oh, good chance. Oh, side netting again for Higuain. Just hasn't looked as good, Higuain. They've barely had any chances, though, to be honest, in the second half. So if that had gone in, I would have been a little bit annoyed to have conceded with very few chances going against us in the second half. We have just been so much better than them. It's been really strange. So much better tactically in the second half. Hitting on the break, and we kind of, with that first goal, it kind of set us up to play a certain style where we didn't have to necessarily go forward. But we've still managed to get another 2 goals after that as well. We have been so much better than Juventus in the second half, especially. Huge gap here for Schürrle to run into. Gonna look to cross it into the back post, and I think that might have been Goetze in there again. This time headed away, and we look like we could get a 4th here. But we really could. The amount of players are throwing forward Juventus wouldn't surprise me if it happens. Nice little 1-2, Durm round the back, who's going to pull it. And it should have been pulled to road, and it's a poor pass in the end. That's it. What a result. What a result that is. 3-0, we've beaten Juventus by 3 away goals. I know some people might call for me to increase the difficulty and that sort of thing, but really that is a one-off performance that I don't think we'll see anything like ever again, to be honest, or at least not for a long time, because that was a fantastic performance, so clinical at the right time. Usually goes the other way, and usually it's the opposition that's really clinical, but it just happened to be us in that match. So yeah, we really were fantastic there. Tactically also looked really good, even though we were playing without a striker for the last sort of 30 minutes of the match. Due to the tactical changes that I made. And yeah, I think we actually looked really good in that game, so very impressive. We can also now afford to play a little bit of a weaker side as well in the second leg. On to the game against Hoffenheim, though. Obviously going to be a very tough match. We need the 3 points. We're struggling really in the league. 6 points behind first now. For me, like I said in the last episode, the title race for me is now over with 3 games to go. So I'm not really focusing on first. I'm just focusing on winning the rest of the games left of this season now. Okay, so we will sim the match against Hoffenheim, I've decided. So I can get onto the Juventus game, and obviously we know that the season's kind of come to a little bit of a difficult end for us in the league, so we will sim it now. I think we're going to go through the calendar because we really have had some bad luck recently simming through the usual route. Calendar sometimes gives you better results, especially the away matches, more realistic results, I should say. Let's see, it has definitely for us this time around, 4-0. Certainly a more a more positive result, more realistic results reflected on our current form, obviously coming on off the back of that 3-0 win against Juventus. So a 4-0 win against Hoffenheim is obviously very, very good for us. Really happy with that one, and we can now crack on with the next game against Juventus. We've got the 3 points in the bag. I'm also curious to find out how Schalke have done, even though, like I said before, I'm pretty sure that they've won the league now, to be honest. I believe they played on, well, they'll have played on the weekend, I would imagine, so we'll have to wait and find out in a second. We'll do some drills now. I think we'll go with Emre Moore again as most of those drills, along with Richter, I think it was as well. Let's find out, do we have any more growth? We do on some of the attributes, but still remains at 74 overall, not quite at 75 yet. We will just sim another couple of days, just in case it was like a Monday night match or something. And we will, I think, actually just go all the way, to be honest, to the Juventus game, so we can play it in this episode. It's a home match. We obviously need to make sure we don't concede any stupid away goals or anything like that. We will have a slightly different side for this game as well. So, where are we in the league? How did they do? It seems like... Wait, I think they drew. Yeah, we're now 4 points behind. We were 6, so they've dropped 2 points. So, yeah, they drew. That is fantastic news, but it would still mean we'd have to win both our games. They'd have to lose both their games. So, yeah, the chances of us managing to do anything here are still very, very slim. I actually think if they drew their next 2 matches and we won our next 2 matches, we'd probably win on goal difference. But again, the chance of that happening, very slim. So we just will assume that we're not going to win the league title still. Okay, on to the final game of the episode now. Horn will start in goal. We've got Piszczek at right back with Ginter and Bartra as centre back. We've got Durm starting at left back. Moreno, Thiago and Castro playing as our midfielders. Emery Moore will start on the right hand side. Schürrle on the left hand side with Iheanacho up front. That is the bench I've gone with. Obviously, some of my stronger players on the bench here, but obviously we're 3-0 up, so, you know, we shouldn't really lose this game, I'd say. But I daren't say that just in case something does happen. But yeah, we're going to give that a go. Hopefully it works out. We'll have to wait and see, though, against Juventus. They're still a good team. Obviously, anything can happen. But you really would have thought from this position we should go on to win the match. But we have still got a fairly strong team. I would have made more changes if we had the squad depth to make those changes, but we really don't. So we've kind of just had to have gone with that. Let's wait and find out how he gets on. Got to really beat them from this sort of position. We'll wait and see how they play. We have to bear in mind, we're 3-0 up, but we're only technically halfway through the match. So they could quite easily score 3 goals themselves. But we'll have to wait and see how they do. Please just have a good game. We really need a good match here. Don't like this. They're building up the pressure. You can really see it. I really hate playing against Juventus. I've no idea how we've beaten them 3-0 that last leg. To be honest, we just seem to just massively outplay them. I don't know how we've managed it, but it happened somehow, and I can't see it ever happening again, to be honest. But Castro looking for the ball through, and it's massively overhit. I really wouldn't mind a 0-0 here, so if there's not many highlights, I do apologise, but a 0-0 would be really good for me. Schürrle. Ball through now to Thiago. Thiago, almost be. Moreno smashes it home and it's 4-0 on aggregate. And we are winning this game 1-0. Do you know what? That isn't deserved at all, but we'll take it. We really have just been boxed in this whole 25 minutes that we've played of this game so far. We've not done anything. We've had to sit back, really just contain them, try and see out the pressure that put us under. And we've managed to do it, winning the game 1-0. No idea how it's happened, but it's 4-0 aggregate as well. Really delighted with that because it's come from nowhere. That is our first shot, I think, as well. So completely undeserved, but we certainly needed that to give us just a little bit more breathing room to make sure they couldn't get back in this game. Good ball. Emery Moore going to cut back on his left foot. Emery Moore, what a save from Buffon. I was sure that was fine in the back of the net. Brilliant little run inside there from Emery Moore, but a fantastic save to match it from Buffon. And it's a brilliant counter-attack here. Dybala, he's through on goal on his favoured foot. Fantastic save to match it, though, from Horn. Our attack just turns straight into defending there. We've really had a bit of an end-to-end match at times in this game. We've not had too many chances, but certainly when we have had them, they've been right up the other end of the pitch straight away to counter-attackers. Oh, the man down. We're going to continue play, though. And it's on to Schürrle. Oh, should have been 5 on aggregate there. Again, no idea how we've managed to do it. I think it was mainly down to the guy on the floor, to be honest. We've been extremely lucky so far in this game to have the chances that we've even had. Because, as you see by the possession, 65% for Juventus. They really have dominated us. But I don't know what they've done there. That's a goal kick, apparently. I don't know how. Half time, still winning the game 4-0 on aggregate. Really happy at the moment, but as I've said before, things can change very, very quickly. So it is 33% possession to us for a reason. We've not done too much. Despite having more shots on target, more shots, it really hasn't felt like that at all. So we will continue to defend like we have done, hopefully, in that first half. And just basically see out the rest of this match. We need to really try and get ourselves another win would be nice, obviously, in this game, but ultimately just need to get into the final now. First change, Thiago will come off, Weigl will come on, and we'll put him in CDM. We're just going to change because we're obviously winning this game 4-0 aggregate now. We need to think about, obviously, the league match we've got coming up in a few days' time. So the changes will start slowly coming into play. Final two changes, Rode and Guerrero will come on. We'll take off Andre Schürrle and also Castro as well. So we've changed the formation slightly, just moved Rode a little bit further back. He's not really a centre attacking mid, so we'll just move him a little bit further back into midfield. 15 minutes to go. We should win this game now. If we concede 3 or 4 goals, I'll be really disappointed in the next 15 minutes. They've still dominated us, they've still looked much better than us, but somehow have managed to find a way to get in the lead at this point. Guerrero on the counter-attack now. If we could get another goal, I'll be so surprised. We really have not deserved to be in the lead in this game at all. And of course, Guerrero does on the counter-attack. Wow, I don't think I've ever had a game like this before where it's been so undeserved. Usually it happens where we get a little bit unlucky against opposition, they score all their chances. We've literally done the exact same to Juventus in these 2 legs. We've just been so clinical, we've not had any chances really in this game whatsoever. Still managed to find ourselves 2-0 up and 5-0 on aggregate. Obviously it's helped that they've pushed loads of players forward to try and get back in the game, but certainly we've managed to take advantage of that. And we'll see the stats at the end of this match. We really have been dominated once again against Juventus. But yeah, we've managed to get ourselves into the next round. We're now in the final of the Champions Cup. That will be, I think, in the next episode, although it depends how many more matches there are to play in the league. And yeah, we're through into the final. Really good stuff. But still, I want to win this thing, so yeah, we need to try and do that hopefully in the next episode. As you can see, not loads of shots for us, actually a similar amount to Juventus, but certainly theirs with the better chances. Clearly possession-wise, they were much better as well. But we somehow managed to win the game 2-0. Really no idea how that's happened, but we'll certainly take it, and we're into the next round against Barcelona. It's always going to be a tough one, whoever we played in the final. It's always going to be a good team. It's either Barca or Bayern, and we've got Barca. So, yeah, we obviously have to think about how we'll play against them. And we'll do that probably in the next episode or whenever that game will come up. That is everything now for this episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If we could go ahead and hit 50 likes on this episode, I would really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button as well. That will be absolutely fantastic. We'll crack on with the next game against Augsburg in the next episode. And wait and see whether Schalke continues to slip up or not. Hopefully they do, so we can get back in the title race. But even if we do, the chances are very, very slim. We'd have to win on goal difference, I think, to have any sort of realistic chance of winning. So that's everything for the episode. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.